afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Philip Brady Show.
Yeah? What? No one told me.
I love it. I do. During the intro, I do come up with these sort of quick intros for you, Philip.
Please don't.
Well, what's wrong with it calling it the Philip Brady Show?
Nothing, I suppose. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like them. Remember them big shows years ago in the 70s and 80s? You had the I don't know, the Tommy Cooper show and
that's it. Compare me to Tommy Cooper. That's good. Thanks.
Oh,
when
right.
they put me fez on, the hat he used to wear.
Just like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
He was a good. I actually liked him.
I like Ken Dodd. Actually, he was good. Ken Dodd.
Oh, the man with the two tickling sticks.
The tickling stick. Yeah.
Yeah. I like. Remember Emu?
Oh, Rod Hull. Yeah. He was dangerous, that fella.
Didn't he go on to Terry Wogan, or was it Terry Wogan or someone?
He attacked him on the set and tell him I knocked him out of the chair and everything. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bit of Gay Byrne about you, Philip.
Oh God.
There's a bit of like you could host the Late Show and just make it an absolute storm.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know about that. I think Patrick Kilty's doing a good enough job.
I tell you, I watched it the other week. The Late Show, if nobody knows, is a long-running chat show here in Ireland. It's been going for, 50 years?
60 years. 60 years it's been going for.
And there was a fellow called Gay Byrne run it for, God knows, from the 60s to 1999. It's been taken over by a few people. But Patrick Kilty's taken it over now. And he was on, probably known from Love Island and things like that. But I tell you one thing, Philip, I watched it there last week. I really enjoyed it.
I haven't watched much of it now. I watched the odd one, but not that much.
I haven't watched the Late Show like every Friday. I tried to enter the competition, never win.
Oh, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. The night Philip watches it is me when I win the competition at the end. Me quickly trying to get the channel plug in. Everyone subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's a new format. Although what they've done is they've cut the length of the program by about half an hour. It used to last from about 9:30 to 11:15. Now it's finished about 10 to 11 or so.
No, it finished the last week I watched it. It went on to about 11:15.
Oh, did I? Well, there must be some weeks it's finished earlier. I suppose. Yeah.
But look, Philip, Premier League weekend without Spurs, it's going to be boring.
Oh God, it's like having a dinner without Spuds, isn't it?
Well, I'm on the diet, so we'll be having my dinner without Spuds.
Oh, well, that's all right. But it's not. It doesn't happen too often, thank God, because you see the other teams playing and other teams getting closer to us, which is more worrying. And we're not there to win. Well, that's true, but it's away against Chelsea, so it's a tough enough one.
Chelsea, they're no problem. We'll deal with them. We'll deal with them. Lachicos down from West London. They're in the middle of starting up they're starting up again the campaign to save the bridge.
That kip,
yeah. Apparently, Tesco's want to buy it to build Tesco's Express on it.
Yeah, well, that'd be serving a worthwhile purpose.
At the moment, I don't think it serves anything, does it, Philip?
No, well, the fans certainly don't. We owe them one. We owe them big time after that 4-1 at our place.
I was thinking of letting a few people with caravans go and live on there.
They feel very much at home. To be amongst their own. Right.
Oh, no.
Hey, boss.
Not hey, boss. Sorry, YouTube.
Keep going.
We deeply apologise for any offence we may have caused any West Ham fans.
Oh, I wasn't talking about West Ham fans.
I wasn't talking about me. It was me.
Not about them.
We got to Stephen Cartwright. Thank you for watching the last ever episode of THFC.
Nice knowing you.
It was nice knowing you. Stephen Cartwright, afternoon, Dermot, and Philip.
Hi, Stephen.
Don't forget the Godfather next to me. We've got Sonny KL7 says afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon. Says Philip. He's saying afternoon again. So it's afternoon 1, afternoon 2. Is he going for the hat trick?
Might be, yeah.
And
I hope it is next week as well.
We've got the Scrappy Doo of YouTube. She's also known as the Pocket Rocket. She's also known as Scrappy Doo. She's also known as the Kingpin of Jaffa Cakes, which I don't think it's true, because I think you've taken a mantle now, Philip, as the Kingpin of Jaffa Cakes in Ireland.
Yeah. Probably they've gone out of production lately. I don't know why.
Do you know, I've had people compare you to Escobar or Escobar. Yeah, him.
Yes.
The fella that built his own prison, but built it with a swimming pool, pool tables, and
and his own menagerie. He's got animals in Colombia now that they can't get rid of, because he brought them in, exotic animals, and now they're multiplying like hell over there.
Anyway, but big up to Mia. Listen, Mia, I hope you're right. I know you've had a few family things the last few days, but listen, I hope you're all right. And me and Philip are thinking of you at this time, you and your family. Hope your dad's doing all right as well. Now, Mr. Brady, this week's football, what have you thought about it?
The Champions League? Yeah. Pretty boring now, to be honest. I have to admit, I didn't see a lot of it. What game did I see? What was the game on Tuesday night?
Well, let's talk.
I can't even remember. It was that boring.
Yeah, let's start with Bayern Munich, Harry Kane.
Could do with a laugh.
Yeah, they lost now 1-0 away to Lazio. Was it Lazio they lost?
No. They lost. They were away to
Inter Milan.
No. Oh Christ! Who were they playing? Jeez, I can't even remember. Scored in the 93rd minute. Anyway. This brain farts are terrible. I can't even remember who they were playing. Euro. Hold on, I'll tell you now. God, this is terrible, though. So really, we should be better prepared than this.
We are. We're not normally this unprepared.
It's just another team. Oh God, Bayern Munich. Who that? Oh, here, look it up. I'll look it on Flash Score. Jeez, this is terrible. Just shows you when Spurs aren't playing, we go brain dead. You know, that was on Tuesday night, wasn't it? Hold on now. Tuesday. Champions League. No, it must be Wednesday.
Really bad today.
Geez, we are. Must have been the week before, actually. No, they lost in the league to Bochum on Saturday. They weren't playing in the Champions League this week. They lost to Bochum on Saturday 3-2. And Harry Kane, what he scored, he missed a couple of absolute sitters. Bayern are really having it under pressure. Apparently, they're now blaming Harry Kane. They're saying he's brought the curse of Spurs. Because apparently, one of the longest losing streak Harry Kane had with Spurs was 3 matches, right? Took 12 years to do that.
Yeah.
He's done the same thing at Bayern in 5 months.
Yeah. And also Tuchel's leaving as well. So he's out.
But I think there's a big split in the camp. Harry Kane, I'll tell you who else is gone at the end of the season. Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer's gone because they're questioning his pace. We could have told him that before he left, but anyway.
Yeah. Look, do you feel European football's a bit boring now?
Yeah, it's there's too much of it, you know. And now, although I must say though, I have to say, I watched a bit of the Norwegian team last night against Ajax. It was one of the best matches I've seen all season.
Yeah, it was. Actually.
Polo Gint, whatever they call it. They hit the crossbar 3 times in the second half and lost. Ajax absolutely stole it. It was a good game. There was no fear. It was really, really good, you know?
Yeah. And look, with us not being in Europe, does it give you a chance to watch other teams? And can you relax watching European matches, or are you finding them boring this year?
Yeah, no, I'm not. They're boring, but there's no tension when Tottenham aren't in it. You know, you're just watching it. The only tension I had was hoping that Arsenal would lose to Porto the other night, and they did.
Which they did.
Fair dues to Porto, scored in the 93rd minute. And Arsenal did not manage one single shot on target in the whole game.
And what did Lagaman do?
Oh, what did he do?
Yeah, he cried.
What? Oh,
he
that's
cried.
Good for
He
him.
went into the dressing room. He played "You Never Walk Alone" at the top of on the old ghetto blaster. Played "You Never Walk Alone," and he cried in the corner.
Just as well he wasn't tackled by what you call him by Norman Huntley. You'll never walk again.
Yeah, that's so true. Carl says, "I don't care.
Lot-
Spurs ain't playing." LOL. Good afternoon, gents, and everyone in the chat. Carl lost to Bucum in the league. Yeah,
I mean, and
he
Bochum
also
are only
says,
just above the relegation zone
I
as
know.
well. You know?
Tuchel has gone. Kane is really unhappy. Dyer is slated
Yeah,
as too
that's
slow.
it.
No,
Exactly.
we've been telling people this for years.
Yeah, but Dermot, it makes me a bit sick. It's a bit sad, really. Some of the German fans are calling Harry Kane a failure. Like, he scored 28 goals this season already. I mean, that's not a failure. That's only for his goals. Where would they be in the league? God knows.
It is. And he also says, I haven't really been watching, to be honest, taking advantage of a break. Do you think a lot of fans are going to do that, Philip, this week, sort of take a break from the Premier League, take a break from the League Cup final and sort of take advantage?
Well, the fans might. We're unlucky tomorrow. I mean, there are 8 Premiership matches this weekend, and we just happen to be one of the 2 teams that's missing out because of the League Cup final.
Yeah.
So, it's okay. It's got good news and bad news. One, if United beat Fulham, they're level on points with us.
Yeah,
I know we've a better goal difference. We've got a game in hand. Whereas if we were playing tomorrow and we win, that gives us a little bit more, another game out of the way. But no, I'm hoping that they're using the time well to get their act together again, to get the tactics right, and to get our defense playing like a defense and not like an open door that they were against Wolves.
We did miss Destiny and Porro. It was
that was it. We just hit it and won. That's why we lost that match. We had no pace going down the wings.
No,
and we had 2 centre backs were left. Okay, for the first goal, everybody was to blame. Nobody jumped. For the second goal, there was too many players up the field and not enough back covering.
Yeah.
And that's how we got caught out,
And it was Basuma that got caught out as well, by the way.
It was, yeah. He's not back to his best at all. And
neither
is Bentancur. So it's kind of worrying. Those 2 guys get their mojo back and we'll be all right. And we've still got an awful lot to look forward to in the rest of the season, but these blips are going to happen. We always said that there'd be blocks in the road, and we're getting a few of them. But we're still way ahead of where I thought we'd be at this time.
Look, Philip, we are way ahead where we thought we'd be. But I'm looking at it from a sort of outside the box point of view. Will FFP have a major impact and where teams finish this season? And will it have a major impact on the European places, on relegation? And is it taken away from the Premier League as a sort of product that is sold to the world as the best league in the world, where now teams are now facing FFP punishment? Does that take away from the product of selling the Premier League?
FFP is going to affect Nottingham Forest. It's going to affect Chelsea. It's going to maybe affect Aston Villa. It's not going to affect it should be affecting the title race. But we all know that nothing's going to happen to Manchester City until the end of the season at least. So it's not really going to affect. No, I don't think so, Dermot. I don't think so, unless you're physically involved with a team. In fact, you might be glad of it. Say you're a team that's sitting pretty near the relegation zone, and suddenly Everton adopt 10 points, and suddenly they're below you. Happy days.
Yeah, but it could benefit Luton.
Yeah, it could benefit,
in the long run.
It's the phone going off. It could benefit Luton. It could benefit Forest. Forest might be sucked in there as well. It could benefit Sheffield United and Burnley, but I don't think so. No. I think it's Sheffield United and Burnley, and another are going to go down this season.
Yeah,
and that other another could be a team affected by FFP.
So let's see what the chat. We'll get back to it because we have found a table, didn't we? An FFP table, which really shocked us.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't shock us in one way, but it shocked us in another. But get these out. Carl Simpson, not the League Cup final. You'll never walk alone. Come on, Liverpool. As he's laughing, saying it. I think I'd support Liverpool that weekend.
I could never support Chelsea.
No, neither can I. Big up to the biggest Manchester United fan in the whole of Doncaster. It's the one and only Mr. Colin from the Full-Time Sports Network, our partner channel. And Philip, above me is everyone. Please hit the QR code for 10% off anything from Wraith Energy, our official partner on this channel. for 10%. Use the code THFC TID, where you can get everything from cups to merchandise to energy drinks with bath water, one of them, which I am getting.
You can get 10% off your bath water. 10% off your bath water.
10% off your bath water by using the code THFC TID. So help your lads along the way. Help them to help us to help you. That's the only way I can say it. Because it helps them. They get bigger as a company. It helps us because we get bigger as a channel. And it helps you because you get better content.
That's it. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's
a winner. As your man with the dustbin said, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dusty Bin?
I do, yeah. I remember most things, Dermot. I'm so old, I remember most things.
Do you really?
I don't remember the Titanic going down, but apart from that,
do you remember Bill and Ben?
Just about. The Flower Pot Men.
Yeah,
just about.
And the Talking Horse.
No.
And the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh yeah, I remember him. All right. Yeah.
Daniel Levy's the one with the shotgun in the rocking chair.
Yeah. My favorite character of all those TV shows is the Swedish chef in the Muppets. Yeah. I think he is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's Eric Dyer after he went to Germany.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the make it
going off the point.
I've actually been trying to get that song as my ringtone on my phone, but I haven't managed to get it yet.
Do you remember that one that goes? Do you remember the one with the two of them?
Statler and Waldorf. Statler and Waldorf.
Do you know that one?
That's right.
That's right. I'll big up to Dan Davenport. Hi, Dermot and Phil. What do you think to Chris Coleman being linked to the Republic of Ireland job? His dad came from Philip shaking his head. So it ain't gonna happen, is it?
He's out of the running. He's been ruled himself out. Yeah, he was in the running for a while, but he's not the type of manager we're looking for.
I'm hearing rumors. Steve Kenny's been asked to come back as an interim manager.
Wash your mouth out.
Seriously. I have heard that.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Are we that desperate? Are we that desperate?
We're that desperate. We're thinking of asking Stephen Kenny to get us out of a hole. For anything that is the love of God, please don't put him in charge of the England game. I do not want to go into an Arsenal channel and have to sit there and pretend I'm an Arsenal fan for 90 minutes.
Good God. Stephen Kenny back into... Oh, good God. No. That's like putting Jack the Ripper in charge of his own investigation. Jesus.
How do I follow that comment?
Oh no, you can't be going backwards like that. You know, we've got to move forward. You know,
but everyone's saying hi to each other. We've got Carl. It won't be long until Dermo was gargling bath water.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Colin is saying hi to everyone. We've got just waiting to get paid. Carl says,
"Yeah,
well, you do it, Carl." I'm well.
Can I just say something?
He has. Stephen Kenny is back up as interim.
Good God. Anyway, I just meant to say there's a bit of sad news yesterday from for anyone that would have supported or watched Torquay United.
Yeah.
Who are now in National League South, but their owner has walked away from them. Says he can't afford to run them anymore. They've been docked 10 points. They've gone into administration, and the manager has quit. Very sad. Very, very sad.
God, that is Torquay. Yeah. We're Torquay in the league. Not so.
They were, yeah, they were. They've actually been relegated twice under this owner, and they also missed out on the play. They lost in the playoff final to Hartlepool a couple of years ago to go back into the league.
Yeah,
but they've now more or less been they owe debts of 4.3 million, I think.
Jesus.
And he can't afford to run them anymore. And the boss Gary Johnson just quit. So God knows, I wouldn't like to be one of them players looking for his pay packet this week. You know, just shows you that's the other side of the money game in football. Yeah, and that's what I was on about last night. That money should be filtering down to teams like that, but isn't.
Yeah, Carl's saying, "Quick, gents, put an offer in. We can own the club. We can own the club."
Yeah. Lovely part of the world as well. We should get. That's where Fawlty Towers was filmed based in Torquay. We get Basil Fawlty to buy it. The John Cleese to buy it.
We should do, Philip. We should hire the Whip brand and we buy Torquay United.
God.
We'll make you the face of it, Philip, because you're the financial whiz kid. So we'll make you the face of the. You'd be like the Todd Bowley of the non-league world.
Oh, you pick a nice flipping comparison, don't you? Well, Billy Smart's circus is more sense than Todd Bowley run the football club.
Okay, who do you want to be described as? Daniel Levy of the non-league world?
No, not really. No, just put me down as the
Alan Sugar.
Yeah, Alan, nice middle of the ground. Nice fella. Doesn't say boo to a goose, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Alan Sugar's very quiet.
Oh yeah, very quiet.
Yeah. Tom Jones royalty money will cover.
Well, to buy £3.50, that'd be enough to buy them.
Yeah, just offer them 50 pence.
50p, yeah.
I don't know how we're going to cover the £4.2 million debt though, but
yeah, I think it's mostly owed to the guy that's quit. I think he lent him the money. So
anyway, but look, shall we go through the weekend fixtures? For
yeah, go on.
No,
Yeah.
do you want to start on that, or do you want to start in the FFP table?
We'll do the FFP and then we can go on to the football.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I was circling through a few things last night. It was supposed to be brought up onto the TV debate, on the football debate, and we didn't get round to getting onto it. But there's an FFP table, and so this is the top 5. Of course, Liverpool are top now. Philip, this is over the last 3 years, isn't it? That's how the FFP works.
Yeah.
So 1920, Liverpool made a 9.5 million loss. Then in 2021, they made a profit of 69.1 million. And then in 21-22, there were 7.5 million, profit. And then, so that leaves them over the 3 years, 67.1 million. Can you see that, by the way?
Yeah, 67 point more in the black. Now, yeah. Okay.
Is that profit or loss, Philip? Is that how
profit.
It's worked?
That's profit, because if you look, they lost. Hold on a bit now. They lost 8.9 million in 2019-20. They made a profit of 69 million in 2021 and a profit of 7 million. So add 69 and 7 together and take away 9, and you come with 67. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Sheffield United then quite comfortable.
They've been profitable every year, 3 years running, and they're profitable.
Burnley as well.
Well, that Burnley's big money. I think Burnley's 31 million came from their parachute money for getting into the Premiership.
Think so.
Yeah.
Then if you look at West Ham, who are 4th, first year great, 2021, 8.6 in the red, and then 21-22, 12.3 million. So 25.8 million profit. Now, us, Tottenham. 1920, we lost 83.8 million.
A lot of that was due to COVID, I would say.
That was due to COVID, yeah. 2021, we made a profit of 70 million. And then 21-22, we made a profit of 16 million. So over the 3-year period, we've made a profit of 2.2 million. Now, look, a lot of people criticize Daniel Levy for not spending or not backing managers or not. But considering we had the COVID, considering we had COVID and everything, Philip, do you think that looks quite good for that top 5? And do you think Tottenham's come out with that with a bit of credit?
Very healthy. I mean, Liverpool, I'm surprised at that. I didn't think they'd be quite as high as that. They've done very well.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, obviously, Sheffield United and Burnley, some of that money was made outside the Premiership.
Yeah.
West Ham, West Ham, see, they only pay a pittance for their ground rental. And so they've done fairly well as well. Tottenham, nicely positioned. I mean, we've a lot of money to play with over the next couple of years. But it's the bottom 15 or 16 that are very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Which I know that.
But if you look at 83.8 million, that's the most lost in the top 5, Philip, for COVID.
Yeah. Well, it's just the year that it happened in. We would that.
So
was that the time? Who left the club at that stage?
Yeah, were we in the stadium then?
Yeah, Pochettino's payoff would be included in that.
Yeah,
he was sacked in 19.
In that. Yeah.
We were in the stadium as well because we had the Wembley switchover.
Yeah.
During we moved in April 19, so it's not included in that year.
So that would included his payoff then.
It would. He went in November 19. Yeah, it would. This is from the 1st of July each year. These figures are done from.
So that's the top 5, Philip. Are you surprised by any of them in the top 5?
Well, I mean, to see Sheffield United and Burnley there, you wouldn't really think of them teams that would be that profitable, but they've done fairly well. Good luck for them.
Does that prove, right, we're not in the Forest being in trouble, Philip, does that prove you can stay within FFP by getting relegated and getting promoted? You can stay within the FFP rules.
But do you remember doing with the joke we were having when Nottingham Forest got promoted there
Yeah.
a season and a half ago? They bought about 20 players.
Mm.
Like we were saying that they don't have name tags on the badge because they wouldn't know each other's names. And that's
Yeah.
why they're there. They bought so many players.
So if you look at it that way, and then because of the Brendan Johnson, he wouldn't move to Brentford, and because he moved a month later, that put them into FFP trouble.
But they may get away with it on appeal from that, because the fact that transfer took place, they might get away with it. They might just get away with it.
Anyway, well, that's the top 5, Philip. And look, as you say, Burnley and Sheffield United. Now, this is the bottom.
This is the Hall of Shame coming up now.
The Hall of Shame coming up now. We've got Manchester United there, minus 92.9 million, minus 93.9 million, and then minus 115.5 million, which is a minus of
302. But then why aren't they being points deducted? They are 3 times over the limit almost.
Yeah. You look at Aston Villa, 18th, minus 306.6 million. You look at Chelsea. Lost.
Wow.
They lost. What dates are they, Philip? Hang on. Just 19, let me get it.
2020, 2021, 21, 22.
Yeah. So 1920, they lost 145.6 million. 1920. Sorry.
The first was 1920. The second one's 2021.
2022.
And then 21, 22.
2021, minus 142.1 million. 21-22 minus 121.3 billion. Now, this was all under Abramovich, by the way. This is not under Todd Bowley. It's crowd. Right. So that's a minus 4. That's a loss of 409 million, Philip.
But I still ask the question, Dylan, how are Manchester United not been pulled into it? I know they couldn't spend money, they couldn't buy players, but why are they not being penalised?
I don't know.
What's the question? If you come from Manchester, do you get special treatment?
We look at Aston Villa.
Aston Villa are the same. And look at Everton. Everton at 520 million. Okay, that's terrible figures. But it still doesn't bar the picture. Why are the teams above them not being punished? They're way over the 115, 105 million you're allowed. 105 million. 105 million. You're allowed to lose over 3 years. United are 3 times over it. Nearly Villa are 2.5 times. Chelsea are nearly 4 times over it. And Chelsea or Everton are nearly 5 times over it.
Yeah. Look, I want to get back to this because I promised Colin might do something for him. So let me take this off. I did promise I'd do it for him. He sent me.
No offense, Colin. I know you're Manchester United fan watching, but I didn't realize United's figures were that bad.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that. But Philip, if you like your wrestling, if you like your WWE, the next show in the full-time Sportsnet is the Elimination Chamber watch along tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So join Colin and the gang over there as they do WWE on the Full-Time Sports Network. It's going to be a great, if you are a massive wrestling fan, this is the place to be. Now, I'll leave it up there for a look. What I might do.
You've gone away there.
Yeah, anyway. But look, we'll go back to this again, Philip. Look, forget about Man United for a minute. I want to look at Everton. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about Everton for a bit, right? A minus 120.9 million, and then in 2021 minus 354.8 million, and then 44.7 million. I think that's profit, but that still left a minus 520 million.4 million. Am I right? The new stadium comes into that, Philip.
Yeah, I don't know. Was the stadium started back in 21, 22 or 2021? I don't know. It depends whether they bought the site, maybe, and maybe that's included in it. Certainly, there wouldn't be much build costs involved there.
No.
But like, it's like I know Everton's owners were irresponsible in their buying. I mean, and they got so bad last season, the police advised them not to go to the ground during matches for their own safety.
I'm not surprised with 520 million.
Yeah, I know. And then you had poor old Bill Kenwright, who was a decent man, dying in the middle of it all, So, I mean, Everton can. I know that they're appealing their 10 points deduction, but looking at those figures there, Dermot, they're damn lucky if they don't get another one slapped on top of them.
They are getting another one slapped, and they are.
Yeah. Which will definitely relegate them. There's no other thing. They're going to get relegated if that happens.
Coleman saying Man United won't be punished because of the money Sir Jim is putting in, which he has balanced the books out more or less. So that's
but I take the point, Colin, but it doesn't balance the books for the years they lost the big money in. And surely they're the seasons that should be. They're looking to the future with Jim Ratcliffe's money, whereas Everton. Do you mean to say if somebody came along, a knight in white armor came along to Everton tonight and gave them 500 million, they wouldn't be deducted 10 points? The Ratcliffe money has come after the fact. So why are they not being? Did they say to the FA, hang on a bit, lads, we're going to have 2.5 billion coming in from Jim Ratcliffe in September or July or whenever, or February or March 2024? I'm not picking on United here, but I'm just wondering why they've been allowed to use money that's coming to them while Everton have been penalised for everything. So it's a strange one.
Yeah. He says here, the thing that has been forgotten about as well, if the club puts money into women's team, which in recent times has been done, means they have more wiggle room in the FFP for men's teams.
Want to be a hell of a lot of money put into the women's team, though, wouldn't there? I wonder how much has been put into the women's team.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing that. But look, I think that where's Man City? We looked at Man City's things, and it was, what was it? They were minus 0.5 million.
They're pretty level, yeah. But that's for those 3 seasons. But it's the previous seasons they committed the crimes.
Yeah, but that even them 3 seasons, Philip, they're within the years that they'll be investigated for. So how can we trust their FFP figures if they're being investigated for them seasons of breaking the rules of sponsorship, putting money into the club from?
No, that's gone back to 2013 or 14.
Yeah,
it's gone back way further.
But that's covering it from then to last season, Philip.
Yeah, but I think if you look at the season before the previous season, the 2019-20 is the start point there. What did Manchester City lose in 2018-19? That could have been relevant whenever they decided to investigate them.
Yeah, but they're investigating it as far as back at when they first won the league.
Yeah, I know.
Last season, so how can you trust them?
It seems to be a different investigation into City. It's not purely FFP. It's purely financial mismanagement down a number of years.
Yeah,
and that's why maybe they've been treated separately than the rest of them, because it's a totally different type of case.
Yeah, but the point is, I know what you're saying, but how can you take their FFP seriously if you know they're being investigated for breaking and breaching?
Well, maybe they got their maybe they got their act together and decided they weren't going to do it anymore. They're going to play by the rules.
They've been investigated from last season on backwards to when they first won the league.
Yeah,
so maybe maybe the next 3 years you could probably take their figures a bit more seriously. But from last season back to 2011, 2012, I think, how can you really and honestly take their figures any seriously? Because you can't.
Well, that's why they're being investigated. That's why they're being investigated.
You know yourself with that program we've both watched on YouTube, how they fiddled the system.
Like, just because they're showing a profit for certain years under FFP doesn't mean that money was legitimately accounted for. That could have been, this is what the FA have got to prove, or whoever's investigating has got to prove. And I just wish they'd get on with it, because at the minute, it looks like Man City are getting special treatment. That's not fair. That's not fair to the other teams that are getting hammered.
So you look at Villa. Villa should have 10 points against them because they're 306. It's minus 306 million in debt. Chelsea minus 4. This is all under the Abramovich area, by the way. I would love to know what their FFP is now under.
But in fairness to Chelsea, they did report themselves. Todd Bowley went in there and he actually reported themselves, so that they'll get some mitigation for that. But it is all Abramovich money. But what's it going to be like under Bowley after 3 years? It could be just as bad the way he's buying players,
So are we looking at when did the Ukraine war start, Philip?
2 years ago today.
So what was that? That was 2022.
February 2022, yeah.
Right. So this is 21-22. So Chelsea's last FFP 21-22.
That's only 3 months of the Ukraine conflict.
Yeah, but he was then ousted during that 3 months, Philip, the first 3 months. So that minus 121 million is probably.
It's Abramovich. They wouldn't have. He would have been gone by June or July of 2022. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was a thing that they could not do the first game of the season. There was talk about them being demoted out of the Premier League around that time, wasn't there? Because they couldn't they couldn't even afford to put petrol in a team bus to take them to the first game of the season.
It was the two team buses done, but they needed two team buses.
Now, Column's got some stuff here, Philip. We're bringing up. Big up to Tequila. He says Man United the cheats.
No, question mark. He's questioning it.
Yeah. It's a bit harsh, Tequila. It says Man United have invested 300 million into the women's team.
Come on, they couldn't have. That's
Philip, they've got a better women's team than we have.
I know, but 300 million. I mean, that's buying players for 20 million each.
Yeah, I would love to know where that 300. Look, Colin, if you want to come on if you can. But I would love to know, Philip, where that money's gone into. Has it gone into the infrastructure of the women's side, or is that gone?
They don't even play at Old Trafford. They play. I don't know whose ground they play at. I can't understand how 300 million is a figure. Is that another Abramovich type?
Fair play to them for doing it, by the way.
They have, but I mean, it's crazy money. It's crazy money.
But no, for the women's game, fair play to them if they have. Do you know? At least it shows that they take the women's side seriously, where other Premier clubs should do.
A lot of them are taking it seriously. A lot of them are taking the Women's League seriously now. You know, Joey Barton isn't. But anyway,
Joey Barton's an idiot. But what do you expect?
But look at the next. This is columnist will be investigated. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, there will be investigated for. How many clubs do you think will be? Do you think all the Premier League will be done apart from Tottenham for FFP breaches?
No, well, the top 5 won't be done. No, they won't. No, they won't. There'll be half a dozen clubs, maybe.
Yeah. Now the Tottenham thing, Philip. Now apparently, I got a little bit of information on that yesterday, and I'll give you the latest on the Tottenham thing. Basically, it is no date as yet has been set regard to the charges that Tottenham face. They've been told to prove it by Spurs' legal team. So they've told the FA, you have to prove it.
Yeah.
You know, that we broke the law, basically. So they're putting the onus back on the FA.
So that's the right way to do it.
Come up with the case.
Let's face it, it's mad.
Now, so as they believe the evidence is circumstantial at best, if it might be a points deduction, but it will come next season if it's proven. So it won't come this season. It's going to come next season.
Can I just have my say on that? No, I would say this. I'm not saying just because I'm a Tottenham fan. If I was a fan of any club, right, even Manchester City, if they were charged with this thing of using an illegal or an unregistered football agent 17 years ago, they've already been found not guilty by the FA 17 years ago. Now they've brought it up again. They haven't a hope in hell. Donald Trump has more hope of raising that bail, that fine money, than the FA have of getting away with this. Even if they get away with it, it'll Spurs a win on appeal. At worst, they get a financial penalty, which we don't mind. But 10 points deducted for a 17-year-old crime is statute of limitations is gone. That's only 7 years. You're not supposed to bring anything if 7 years goes by.
Yeah, but
as I said, if that happened to any club, I'd be up in arms about, not just Tottenham.
Yeah, but fair. Does that law compared to football? Was that just normal law?
Well, it's law. Law is law.
Yeah, law but it's a different law for football. It's not.
I don't see why it could be. Maybe it is, but I'm not a lawyer. But I can't see why it is. If something is inadmissible after 7 years, you can't just football's exempt from that. Why should it be exempt?
Yeah, it was brought up by Harry Redknapp himself. He was the one that dropped us in it by actually admitting.
Well, if we're fined, he should pay the fine then.
Yeah, he admitted when Jermaine Defoe went from Tottenham to Portsmouth, he tapped him up. He admitted that.
Yeah,
he admitted that
as was going on regularly everywhere in those times. You know.
So, but if the FA investigated it 17 years ago, Philip, and they cannot find any problem then, what please play devil's advocate with me here, right? Devil's advocate here for me. Just put your Tottenham side to one. Let's look at it outside the box. What do you think the FA have found on Tottenham to bring this back up again? It's not a case of, we failed 17 years ago, let's do them again. They must have found some new evidence. So is it something to do with using Mitchell Thomas, or what do you think the FA have found? Because I'm scratching my head.
I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. I don't think whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, it shows you how sloppy the original investigation was. There's something that this should be cut and dry. There should be no hidden documentation. It's not as if emails were even that widely used. Well, they were widely used 17 years ago.
No.
Unless they come up with an email or something like that. I do not know. But I just find it's ridiculous. And I keep saying it's not just for Tottenham. Any club gets done for this, they have my sympathy, because
I'm more shocked
it's dragging up old things that have no need. There's enough problems with FFP. Deal with that. That's current. Yeah. That's what they should be given their time to.
But I'm surprised Daniel Levy got caught up in all of this.
But did he? This is the thing. We don't know, Jonas. He
was involved in the transfer.
Maybe he was. He could have been in all innocence. He could have been. Harry Redknapp could have. Listen, I want to bring Jermaine Defoe back from Portsmouth. Fair enough, Harry. Where you go? That could be his involvement. So give Harry Redknapp the red light to go and do it, the green light to go and do it. We don't know. I'd be very, very interested to see if it ever comes out, what the hell they're talking about here. But Tottenham have got a huge chance of avoiding any punishment in, because they'll have the hotshot lawyers on this, and they will be looking to pick holes in the FA case.
But you cannot use on license.
Yeah, I know you can. I'm not denying that, Dermot. But you know,
if they have, Philip, I'm looking at it from a non-Spurs point of view.
Yeah,
I agree with you when you said you'd be up in arms, and you're right to say the likes of Man City, Chelsea, that should be dealt with now. This is irrelevant of really what really matters at this time and space of football matters, because FFP is something that needs to be sorted out. The you owning a football club and running it the right way should be the main article and the main thing on your desk. And to fine and deduct points to clubs that are breaking the law, the likes of Man City, Chelsea. But this is nothing to do with the Premier League. This is the FA. So have the FA found that their own investigation was bad, at least, and then say, okay, then we didn't do it right first time. Let's do it right the second time.
It's the fact that the 17 years have gone by, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just ridiculous. Do you mean to say that Tottenham were the only club that did that back 2007?
They're not, Philip.
Probably not. No, they weren't. And the fact that there's also a thing called double jeopardy. You're not supposed to be out. You're not supposed to be tried twice for the same offence.
Yeah. Well,
so that's another thing. Maybe it doesn't apply in England. I don't know. It does in America.
Yeah, Colin says sporting law and social law fall under two separate authorities. The grey area in this is when money is involved, and it falls under both authorities, which is why it means it's a mess.
But in all honesty, do you think using an unlicensed agent once, right, warrants a 10-point deduction 17 years down the road? No,
I don't think so.
No way. Not a hope. At worst, a slap on the wrist and a fine. That's fair enough, but if there's a 10-point deduction, I think every football fan, regardless who they support, shouldn't be laughing at Tottenham. They should be saying, hang on a bit. If it's Tottenham this week, it could be us next week. Let's just get on this and get the FA to see sense.
You look at it, Philip, right? Man City, nothing's been done about them. Chelsea, it's gone all very quiet, but they will attack Nottingham Forest and Everton, right?
Yeah, easy targets.
They're attacking Tottenham for something that happened 17 years ago.
Tottenham, the best run team in the Premiership financial wise, really. I'm leaving aside the FFP thing. I'm looking at the way we've organised the stadium with other streams of income and everything. We're a model club, and yet we're the one that gets penalised for a 17-year-old alleged crime.
Now, Colin makes a very good point here, Philip. Those luxury spa days and all their Michelin star professional chefs.
That's true. Yeah.
Colin was saying a lot of it's been facilities improvements, fees, wages. As it stands, I believe every team is under the microscope for FFP.
Yeah.
Big up.
Anyway, listen, all we can do is see what happens.
Yeah, big up to Colin, says afternoon both.
Hi, Colin.
And Colin says, if they do anything to City, do you think that will be the European League starting up? Do you know what? That's a very good point. That is a very good question.
Yeah, and that's probably why they may be sitting back a little bit. They might know the reaction to what happens to City could be detrimental to the FA in the long run. That's why they're sitting back on us, because they know City will be gone like a shot if there's any, huge penalty meted out to relegation.
Yeah. What gets me, Philip, is the Premier League and the FA is two separate identities, two separate organisations. So the FA don't have any say within the Premier League. It's the Premier League
allegedly.
run the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? And are they saying in one hand, well, look, we're saying in one hand, Man City deserve to be punished and they need the hardest punishment going. But the Premier League looking at it thinking, as a product, we're going to charge our golden goose.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're scared of rocking the boat.
And do you think the Super League are looking at it thinking, come here, Man City, we'll look after you. We'll be all right. Come here, come to us.
You're probably right. Probably right. Yeah.
And Chelsea will follow them.
It'll be interesting to see what happens now with this, but I'll be keeping a very close eye on that.
Do you think it will be that do you think that would be the nail? That would be the final nail in the coffin of the Premier League.
No, it won't be. No, it won't be the final nail, but it'll be a damaging blow.
Yeah. Colin says Terry tapped up Gaza.
Probably did, you know.
He did. Tottenham bought his parents a house. That's why he went to Tottenham instead of Man City.
It's a wonder they're not going back that far.
Yeah. I don't think anything will happen. This is an impossible situation to actually physically prove with hard evidence and facts, and most of which cannot be and will not be proven. So I think Spurs are safe. I don't think Spurs
I think Spurs are safe.
Yeah, he did say I think Spurs are safe. Sorry, no. And Neil says,
don't be giving me heart failure, Colin.
I wouldn't be concerned with other leagues if these teams decide to leave. It's because they think about they're above the rules. It just shows how badly they have cheated and exploited finances.
I mean, City have been riding roughshod over the rest of us for 10 years now. You know,
would it bother you if Man City, Arsenal, but if Arsenal left, would that bother you if they went into a Super League without Tottenham?
Not really. No, not really. No.
Would you not?
But you know something? Another thing of the Man City punishment: if they decide to strip them of their trophies, that means we get the League Cup from 3 years ago.
We get the league as well. If Chelsea gets stripped,
if Chelsea gets stripped, If Chelsea gets stripped, yeah.
And
but then again, that's a Pyrrhic victory. Winning the league by default 7 years after it happened. Yeah,
I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take
it. Maybe I would.
And Gaz's sister, a sunbed.
Lovely.
Now, Mr. Brady, we're going to finish off with the league course on Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, these are the 3 o'clock kickoffs, Philip. Villa against Forest, Brighton against Everton, Man United against Fulham, which is live, guys, and Premier Sports if you live in Ireland. So very quickly, Philip, because I know we've got 5 minutes before you have to go. Villa Forest, where are you going with that one?
Oh, Villa. I'm afraid, but Villa. I just said to Dermot earlier there, the draw for the Europa League was made earlier, and Villa got a tough tie. They're away to Ajax on Thursday night and play us at lunchtime on Sunday. That's a big advantage to Spurs on that one.
Yeah. Brighton against Everton. I'm going for a Brighton win there.
I'll go for Brighton win there, yeah.
Now, Man United against Fulham.
Up to an hour ago, I would have said a quid's in for United to win that, but they've lost Hoyland for a couple of weeks, and Luke Shaw's out for the rest of the season, so there's a bit of a problem there. I still think United will win, though.
Yeah. I am going to do the watch along for Bournemouth against Man City. I have 5, so we're going for there.
Oh, Man City.
I'm going for a Bournemouth win. And then Arsenal, Newcastle. Are you doing that one, Philip? Because
I'll do that one. Yeah, I'll do that one. Yeah. Do you know something? I'm going to go for a draw in that one.
I am actually going for. I think Newcastle. Yeah, I think I'll draw. Yeah, I agree.
I'd love to see Arsenal come a cropper against Newcastle.
Yeah,
I really
would. I would. Of course, we've got Sunday, Philip, the 20th of February. We've got Wolves against Sheffield United. Where are you going with that?
Wolves.
I'm going for Sheffield United.
After the way the Wolves played against Spurs?
Philip, I'm just going against you. I'm just trying to make it interesting. We can't agree on everything.
No.
Now, the League Cup final. I'm covering this with Bobby and the guys on the Full-Time Sports Network. It's been covered on our channel as well. I don't know if you joined us or not, Phil. I don't think you are. I think you're busy anyway. Liverpool, Chelsea. This is only one team for me, but I don't mind saying it. But
Liverpool.
I don't like any team in red, but I cannot support Chelsea.
No, absolutely not. You know.
So we're going for Wolves, Sheffield United.
Wolves. I'm going for Wolves.
Yeah. Colin's going for come on Chelsea. Of course he is, because he's a Man United fan.
Yeah, well, that's goes with the territory.
Now Monday again, we will be covering. We've got Barney the Dinosaur against the Buzzing Bees.
Oh, I'll go for Brentford.
Yeah, now this game I covered after St. Stephen's Day. It was one of them games where I had to have matchsticks in my eyes.
On your eyes, keep awake. Yeah.
It was the most boringest game ever.
Yeah.
But I'll go for Brentford win. I don't like West Ham.
No.
But let's see if our predictions are right, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, very quickly, Philip, we've got the rugby tomorrow, haven't we? 2:45.
Yes, indeed.
So what we're going to do, we're going to do the rugby. We are going to keep you up to date with the Premier League scores as well as they go in. So we're going to combine the two. Colin says, boys, can you explain why Irish rugby is all Ireland but football is split? Is that a show in itself, Philip?
It is actually, yeah. The rugby's always been all Ireland. There's a funny thing about football in Ireland, right? The supporters of Northern Ireland, right, are almost exclusively Unionist Protestant supporters, right? Catholics in the north of Ireland actually support the Republic of Ireland soccer team. That's the way it goes. They don't support their own team at all because goes back 100 years.
Does it go back to the Civil War? It does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It goes back around that time. There has been calls to amalgamate the two. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. And the funny thing that's happening at the moment is there's a GEA park in Belfast called Casement Park. It's been completely re-renovated in time for the 2028 Europeans, which means there's going to be soccer matches played on the GEA pitch, right, in West Belfast, which is predominantly Catholic, right? Whereas that Windsor Park, where Northern Ireland normally play, is in East Belfast, and Catholics just don't go there. So it's going to be very interesting to see if the other crowd if the same thing occurs whenever Northern Ireland have to play in West Belfast. If you get where I'm coming from, it's a bit like they're playing on the other side of the border, really.
But this has been going on for 100 years. The League of Ireland and the League of the League in the North will not come together. But if you get GAA, that's all one.
It's all one,
It's all one. So it really is down to Civil War politics, basically.
Well, to give you an example of how bad things were between the two teams, back in 1993, Ireland had
basically.
Yeah, two leagues. Yeah, well, the international teams, right?
Yeah.
The Republic of Ireland had to go to Belfast to play the North in the World Cup qualifier. That was the night Gary Mackay scored the goal for Scotland against Bulgaria that got us through, right? But the team that day, they flew up to Belfast and flew home straight after the match. They didn't even stay there.
Hang on a minute. No, that Bulgaria was 88. That got.
Sorry, I mixed up. Sorry, I mixed up my dates here. But anyway, we had to go up to Belfast to qualify.
Oh, for the World Cup in 94.
For the World Cup, the 94 World Cup, which we did. But we did. The team didn't even stay up in Belfast. They got. No, I know. They flew home that night.
Flew back. So there's a funny story behind that. There was our Northern Irish fans giving Jack Charlton a load of abuse. Now Jack Charlton had given up smoking then. He got a fag of somebody, went up to the Northern Ireland fans, said, can you give me a light? Can somebody give me a light? And apparently 20 people there were trying to give him a light. By the back 20 minutes, he had the whole of that stand eaten out of his hand.
Yeah.
That was Jack Charlton.
That was Jack. Oh yeah, great Jack. Good old man.
But look, I think we will do a showing that for you, Colin, on that. I think it does it needs proper explanation why.
That's a very quick resume of it, but it's not the rugby has always been united and soccer hasn't.
And also he says, and Wales have an easy game against you.
I don't know about that, Colin. I don't know about that.
No.
Although I must say, like, if the Welsh team that played the second half against Scotland turns up, they'll give us a game.
Well, that's all we want.
They were 23-0 down, nearly won us, 25-0 down.
That's all we want is a game. We just won a game.
As long as
we're going to win Six Nations anyway, because we're the best team in the league, best team in the world. We've got Colin saying, "Come on, Chelsea." The key, I think of Chelsea just LOL like an automatic response. Tequila says the King of the North agrees, Dermo. I don't know who the King of the North is. Oh, he's referring to the what do you call that program?
What?
Oh, King of the North. Mrs. Tron, the King of the North, the TV program, the King of the North, one with the dragons.
Game of Thrones.
You made me watch it.
Game of
Thrones. That's it. Game of Thrones. You ever watch that, Philip?
No.
You should do. It's brilliant.
No, I'm not into that type of thing.
It's a lot of there's a lot of it's a bit anyway. Neil Shafton says Rejoice Dyer is coming back.
No, he's not.
No. You're the best in the world and deserve it all. See?
Oh, that's it. They have to admit it. They're saying that we'll probably lose tomorrow. But anyway.
Yeah. And then Game of Thrones, that's it together. Well, Philip, that's Newsbeat. We apologize we're an hour late today. Just things got ahead of us, and I had asked Philip, could he put it back? Philip said no, because I have me and Mrs. Brady going out on the town.
Finish down.
So we're just finishing up now. If you want to go, you can go, Philip, and I'd plug everyone.
Yeah, okay, if you don't mind. Yeah, I better head off. Hey, listen, lads, come on, you Spurs. See you soon.
Come on, you Spurs.
See you tomorrow.
We're on tomorrow. So I'll speak to you later, Philip.
Thanks, Darren.
No problem. Right. So I just take a quick break of a bit of a thing. Where are we going? I know. I'm gone. There we go. I'm back. Right. We are back tomorrow, of course, at 2:00 with the rugby watch along, because Ireland versus Wales. We're bringing you that live with, of course, around the grounds as well, guys. Tomorrow night at 8:00, I will be doing a Formula One sort of preview show, and a look back at the last 3 days testing as well. Who was quickest? Who do I think is going to be competitive for the Formula League? I'm going to go through teams, drivers. We're going to go over the calendar. So we will be doing that tomorrow as well. So please watch out for that on our Formula One channel. I will be streaming it live on this channel as well. But if you can go over to THFC, F1 Do or Die, and hit a subscription on there, I will be very, very grateful as we start to sort of to gear up for the Formula One season, and every race that I can do will be live on that channel if you can. We're going to cover the League Cup final course on Sunday, and then on Monday we're doing the Monday night football, West Ham versus Brentford. So we've got Newsbeat, of course, every day next week at 4:00, and then we all kick off with Tottenham as we start gearing up for Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. We'll have you members stuff as well for you members as well, and we will, our pre-game thoughts, our predicted lineup, and all little bits and pieces for you members that regularly keep us, you're very supportive towards us, and we're very grateful of that. So please enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I'm back tomorrow at 1:45. Me and Philip with the rugby watch along and all around the grounds, and then we're doing the 5:30 kickoff, Man City Bournemouth. Then Philip's on with the guys at Full Time Sports Network, which is being broadcast live on our channel with the Arsenal Newcastle. I'll be on at 8 with the F1 preview show and looking ahead to the Formula One season, and look back at the testing and really get my thoughts on it as well, guys. So please join me for that. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Andrew we trust. And thank you once again. Please like and subscribe. It really does help us grow. Come on, you Spurs, and pick up your memberships.